Can you all hear me okay? We should be live streaming currently at 1440p. Just kind of nuts, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I'm not in there right now, so you won't be able to see the difference, but I will be in there in just a minute, and we will see if you can notice a difference at all. All right, 1 second, chat. Let's go live. Let's see. Boom. Wow, there's a lot of VODs that are not monetized. Shake my head. 1 second, guys. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is just me this morning. You're stuck with just me. Jackson has his doctor's appointment today. Let's see, 1 second. There we go. All right, don't have my phone, that's fine. I'm gonna check one thing real quick and then I will be in there. Just give me 1 second. I love wireless mics, you can just hear me walking around. Still at 100, okay, cool, nice. Okay. All right, gamers, was good, was good. Good morning, good morning. All right, how does 1440p streaming look? Does it look any better? Does it look exactly the same? Does anyone know if there's a difference? Let me know, I'm curious. What's up, guys? How you doing? Hello, hello. What's up in the loft? How you doing? I really schedule one of those. Schedule one of what? Oh, a doctor's appointment? Yeah, that's probably a good vibe. Not a gamer. Nice build today. Looks great. Does it look the same though? It's a question. It's like, does it actually look different? Do you notice a difference? I'm on 1080p monitor. Can't really notice a difference. Okay. I'm just curious if the bitrate's going to make a difference because our camera, it is a 4K camera, but we're capturing at 1080p. And then we're sending, actually now thinking about it, I probably should make, it looks better. Okay, that's good, it looks better. Because I'm now thinking about it, this probably needs to be 1440p also, which I don't think it is. It is not, so we can't fix that yet. So the signal from here needs to be 1440p to go to our 1440p PC. So we'll need to fix that at some point. But it's 1440p. Might as well, you know, do it. It's free, and YouTube's gonna have it too, so YouTube might look better. What kind of chair do you use? Here at the office, I use an LF gaming chair. It's a chair we've had for a long time, and it's falling apart. Funny story about those. That is a chair that we signed this really, really crazy. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We signed this really, really crazy deal when we first got our office because we needed chairs. I remember us having to like do so many different videos for like a long period of time just for those gaming chairs. And it wasn't a smart decision at the time, but we've been using those chairs for the past 5-6 years at this point, and they're doing all right. They're holding up. Twitch is only letting you go to 720p. Is it on mobile though? I think mobile it limits you. Are you on desktop and it's saying that? If that's the case, then there's something wrong. Does it not show 1440p as an option on desktop? I'm on desktop 720p. Really? I don't know why maybe it's because of Restream. Is anyone else seeing the 1440p option, or is it only 720p? Mine lets me do, okay, well some people are getting it, all right. Okay, well some people are getting it, so it's not just not working. Mine says 1440p on mobile. Okay, well maybe some of you just don't have an updated app, or Twitch is just wonky. I don't know. Hey Google, play Harris Heller on Spotify Shuffle. Hey Uber, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Where did you get the Riptide motherboard? Where did this board come from? This is not the build sheet for this one. This one belongs, okay, this build's not even in here. I'll deal with that later. This is, we didn't mark where we got it, but it's just an Acer B650 Phantom Gaming Lightning. This isn't a Riptide board. It's Lightning. What's up, Hunter Fabio? How you doing? Just so you guys know, schedule is going to be a little weird for streams. Mafia Ghost, thank you for the resub. Stream schedule is going to be a little weird for the next week. So today, it's just going to be me. Yesterday, which honestly, I wasn't gone that long, but yesterday you only got a partial stream with Jackson and some for me. Go Gadget, thank you for the resub. And then, what else? Tomorrow, me, Jonah, and Zach from Toasty Bros are going to be flying out to California to see the new Micro Center in Santa Clara. And we're going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Jackson will be doing streams by himself on Wednesday. Thank you for the biddies, Go Gadget. And then Thursday is a holiday, so I don't know if he'll be streaming. He might be streaming by himself. And then Friday, he'd be streaming by himself. So the streams are going to be a little messy, but, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And we'll get you all some good content out in the Santa Clara store and Micro Center. If you guys have any ideas on what kind of stuff you want to see while we're out there, let us know. Because we're going to do some short form content. We're going to try to interview some employees and people walking around the store. We're going to do a budget build challenge. We're going to, again, make a bunch of social media posts and things like that. Maybe get our hands on that gold graphics card, you know. They probably won't let us touch it, but, you know, maybe, just maybe. Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff going on, guys. A lot of cool stuff. Here's my knife. How much is the bill? You talk about this one? This one is, again, wrong build sheet. This one will be for sale for $1,200 at PCBros.Tech. Last Friday, almost had a whole stream, but couldn't get exclamation point ticket. Did you miss it, or what do you mean you couldn't get it? You probably didn't have enough toast if it wasn't letting you. Speaking about touching, where's Jonah? Well, it is currently 9:06. Heroes team does not have to be into work until 10. I know they're living the good life, aren't they? Thoughts on the Ryzen by, I'm assuming Ryzen 5500 X3D only being released. They're actually releasing a 5500 X3D. That is a weird ass CPU, bro. AMD needs to chill. That is a weird ass CPU. Go Gadget. Thank you for the gifted sub to Hunter Fabio. Hunter Fabio, I know you got that money. What are you doing out here needing gifted subs to support the Toasty Bros? That's crazy work. Audio is getting choppy. Is it? Or somebody tripping? So I don't know why the audio would be getting choppy. It was a minute ago? Uh-oh. 1440p streaming problems. Well, is it Gen 3 only in the loft? Because like that'd be so weird, because 5500 is Gen 3, so comes and goes. Uh-oh. We'll see how that goes. Well, see, the thing is, like, why would you, like, there comes a fine line for X3D where it's like the budget doesn't make sense, especially if you have the Gen 3 limitations, especially with modern GPUs. There's no way you're utilizing the X3D Vcache on a Gen 3 supported GPU. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, so if it's Gen 4, then that'd be kind of cool. But to be fair, the 5600 X3D wasn't much better than the 5600X, so. With your luck, if they let you guys touch the GPU, Jonah will probably drop it. I won't let Jonah touch that gold GPU. Jonah, drop that thing. Matt, 5500, the 5700 XT, decent, yes. Oh, so it is Gen 3. Then yeah, that makes it really stupid. That makes no sense. Gen 3 is stupid. No, don't buy that. Please, I don't care how cheap it is. Unless it's the exact same price as the 5500, like under $100, no, do not buy that thing. Don't give in to AMD just slapping the X3D label on everything and being like, oh, it's the greatest CPU ever. X3D makes sense on like the 9800 X3D, the 5800 X3D, but those lower end ones we've seen throughout benchmarks, I mean, it doesn't make a massive difference. No, I think they're saying Gen 3. So like the 5500 X3D, the Ryzen 5 5500 is a Gen 3 only CPU, it doesn't support Gen 4. So it's gonna be running Gen 3 and they're adding X3D on it. And I'm just like, that's, no. Like, what are you doing? AMD Web says PCIe Gen 4. Oh, now you're saying it's Gen 4. Chad, you're giving me conflicting information. It says Gen 4 on AMD's website. Well, who said Gen 3 and where did they see that? Are you sure you're not looking at the normal 5500? 100% Gen 4 says on AMD's website. Okay, cool. Then you know what? Maybe. Depends what the price is, though. And also, if it's not in the US, it's probably going to be a very specifically priced CPU. All right, now this is Chad, you're putting me on a roller coaster. Yeah, I know, it's not going to sell in the US. But that doesn't mean it won't end up on AliExpress, potentially. Well, it did say Latin America, so I don't really know if it'll end up on AliExpress, but you never know. Uber. Jackson off today? He's not off today. He'll be back probably at the end of the stream. And he might not make it for the stream. He's still gonna be here today, but he's just not gonna be here during the stream. He's got a doctor's appointment. And then you all will be stuck with Jackson for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, while me, Joner, and Zach, or Zaddy, are flying out to the Micro Center in California tomorrow. You know, I will say something, this is first world problems, but the thought of getting on a plane after just dealing with that, going to Mexico and everything, I'm not super excited about it, I'll be honest with you. Again, real first world problems, but what you guys getting in Micro Center? I don't know yet. We're just gonna show up. I have a couple of video ideas in mind. Micro Center for these sponsored projects gives you like a budget to work with. So I have a couple of video ideas in mind. So we're kind of just gonna show up, see what the inventory looks like, and then kind of run with it. Yeah, I'm good. I ain't driving. Hell no. Talk about inefficient travel right there. Biggest thing is if we want to keep whatever we get at the store, Micro Center kind of just says, hey, you have to ship it back yourself. So we don't want to do anything crazy where we do like a full setup or something if we want to end up keeping the stuff, because we would have to find a way to ship that back to Kentucky. So Jackson isn't going. He's not. Main reason being it's such a quick turnaround. He's not a big fan of flying. So whenever we do these projects out in California, by train, I'm not doing train. Where are y'all getting this information, chat? We're going by plane. Yeah, Jackson's not a huge fan of flying, so it's one of those things where for like a quick 2 to 3 day turnaround, he's not interested. He's just never been, he's had some bad experiences flying, and you know, is what it is. I don't blame him. There's a lot of things in life to be scared about. Some people are just scared of different things, you know? So he's big no on flying, so whenever we do events, he always likes to drive. And California from Kentucky is a big drive just to be there for 1 day. First class? Hell no, not first class. We ain't got that kind of money. What do it look like to you? Can I move to PCBros and live in the walls and do my apprenticeship there? Yeah, sounds good. I refuse to fly in 2025. See, look, Smoot's on the same boat. Won't fly. He could ride Greyhound. Once again, that will take several days. Now you're terrified. I mean, I get it. You don't end up having that one flight that's horrible, and then you're just like, yep, nope, never again. I get it. I mean, you can spend money on dumb things like first class. You know, there's a thing about money, guys. When you start making money, obviously you could buy all the fancy stuff you want, but then you won't have that money anymore. And then once you start scaling up your cost of living to where that's the expectations you have, if you ever hit any sort of hardship and you have to down back a little bit, you're gonna be way more depressed about it. So, you know, just set proper, you know, just find things in life that you want to splurge on, and other things, you know, just, you know, don't worry about it. I've done first class once in my life, and it was when I was going to a bachelor trip in Chicago, and it was a $30 upgrade because there was nobody on the flight for first class. So I was like, of course. I'll pay $30. It was nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm not gonna pay, I think some of these flights is gonna charge like an extra $130 a seat. Hell no. Ain't gonna happen. The empty planes don't happen very much anymore, do they? I think it was just the time I was flying to Chicago. It's like they had taken a train, they aren't packed a plane. We have talked to, so the one thing, and again, I'm a big baby when it comes to just like no sleep. I demand my sleep. If I don't have it, I'm gonna be miserable, and probably miserable to the people around me, and I'm well aware of that. So when it comes to, oh, you're already here?
I'm already here.
Wow. You know what, so much for a solo stream, he's here.
Just like yesterday.
Just like yesterday, chat, he's here. I don't even remember what I was talking about before that happened. Oh, that's on no sleep. We were talking about for our trip, we're gonna be basically, we're gonna have to get up really freaking early, which I'm very interested to see how Jonah's gonna respond to that. Like if he's gonna even be like if he's, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying about me like needing my sleep. I was like, we're gonna have to get up probably around like 4:30. We're gonna have to pick them up at 5, get to the airport. And then the thing is, we're going back 3 hours. So not only are we gonna be flying across the country after getting up really early, once we land, it's only gonna be 11 o'clock there. And we've already, and Zach's already been talking about like wanting to go try these different things, go different places. And I'm like, I'll be real with you, man.
Remember how Zach is when it comes to sleeping.
And I'll be like, I would not be shocked if I get there and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You guys can go. Which is, I'm glad for that reason. We got separate rooms. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So if they do want to go out and be crazy, you do you, but just be ready for Micro Center.
What is that?
First class is where you waste money. That's true. I mean, first class. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. You get more room and everything, but I wouldn't spend the amount of money that it normally requires to get in the first class.
Yeah, I guess it's like okay news. I mean, I got to go get a heart monitor, which is fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's really weird that they only want me to wear like 48 hours. Most people here, it's like a week or 2.
That sounds like the one that I had to get the one time I went in and I had like heart palpitations or whatever, ended up not being anything, but.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is it the one where it's like all the leads and they just keep a little packed on?
It's like what do they call it, a Holter monitor?
Yeah. Those are fun to sleep in.
A howitzer tank.
Perfect timing to install the cooler. Have fun.
Who the hell playing this build?
I don't know.
You got it uncrustable, guys.
We are streaming at 1440p, by the way. Only thing I did realize, though, is it might not be super noticeable because this is a teleport feed that's 1080p that's going to my OBS that's 1440p that's streaming.
I don't even know what that does anything.
So I don't even know if you can even notice it. And also, this camera is captured at 1080p. So, I mean, the extra bitrate might be noticeable. Someone in chat saying they're noticing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I changed my settings last night in stream. I didn't end up getting on until like pretty late though, but I was gonna stream to test it, so maybe tonight.
Yeah, really for this stream, the only way we could even make it work is like, because there's no like 1440p on the camera, we'd have to get a 4K capture card and have it on this, and that mini PC is not gonna like a 4K capture card.
Probably not.
So, future expansion, chat, future expansion.
I feel like half of our chat's watching in like 720p anyways.
Well, someone said that they're maxed out 720p. Other people said they had the 1440p option. So seems like Twitch is just like, some of you get it, some of you don't. I don't know.
Twitch is kind of like a you get what you get kind of situation, you know?
Oh, is it location locked? Well, it is like a beta that they're doing. Now, to be fair, we are also using Restream, which I would assume lowers the quality a little bit because it's taking a stream and then sending out another stream through Restream to the platforms. So once again, Restream causing a problem. We're not actually true multi-streaming. We're doing like one of those roundabout like restreams.
We're going through 8 different hoops.
Yeah. The beta's region locking it. Nice. Only showing 720p for you. Yeah, I don't know.
Are you guys gonna be okay?
You're gonna survive? Oh, someone in chat was asking what AIO is that. This is the Thermalright. Which one's this?
They have so many.
I know, the Frozen Note.
Frozen Noti.
The Noti, 240 mil. They have so many, they're all about $50. Some come with Infinity RGB, some with the Infinity block. You know.
You guys know how we feel about Infinity and beyond.
Oh yeah, we were talking about they're like, why isn't Jackson going? And I was like, well, you know, it's just the flying thing. It's one day. And then people in chat are like, I share your phobia, Jackson. I feel you.
I was surprised to hear, how many people are. I mean, I guess it's a. Notice how he's been talking about the weather and stuff.
Yes.
He told me a while ago that he's kind of like, I guess he's not nearly as bad as me, clearly, but he told me that he definitely has a phobia of flying.
It can be like.
I think it's mainly just weather, which I mean, to be fair, that kind of is when mine just ultimately just crashed out was when it was the really bad weather.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe if that weather wasn't that bad, maybe I wouldn't have had permanent trauma.
You're terrified, and your wife keeps pushing you to fly in August.
Yeah, that's how spouses are, you know.
Just buy a camper and drive places.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I did. You just get every time I have a new trip, I'll just buy a different one, you know, because I sold mine because I was like, I haven't used it since then, so.
Yeah, we're gonna do if we do. I guess we are gonna do it unless something comes up. CES.
I don't know. Figure that. I mean, it's not too far.
No.
Well, I mean, it's far as shit, but at the same
Not
time,
Canada
it's
scale.
Exactly. I'm like, I made it to Canada, so.
What's up, Dex? How you doing? Love to do an apprenticeship in a PC shop here, but all of them around me are sketchy-ish and ran by smelly, crusty old men. I mean, we just had one of them that was...
That's us.
Yeah, that's us. That's basically us. What's up, Solo?
Yeah, we got a local one you can come intern at here.
Yeah. 1440p 60 source looks great on my iPhone 12. Let's go.
Oh. We'll drink to that. We'll have another.
Doing good. Just finished watching the 560 versus B580. You know, don't you love the amount of people? There wasn't even negative things. There's a lot of people just saying, you clearly, the B580, you need to do a resizable bar. And I was like, that has not been a problem for forever, guys. It is. Anytime you install the driver for that thing, it is on. Like any modern PC. They're like, you forgot resizable. No, it is. This is the B580.
I mean, I hate to say it, you can literally look at other benchmarks and see that it is just most of the time worse.
I mean, guys, it just is. Now, one important thing we should have mentioned is between the two cards, if you could spend $50 and find it in stock, the 9060 XT 16 gig at $350 is the best value.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, and even then from I was curious, the 8 gig 9060 XT versus the 8 gig 5060, the 9060 XT 8 gig is definitely a little better.
Nice. So yeah, AMD's got some options for show.
It's kind of like the B580 level better, though, where it kind of trades some games, and most of the time you're looking at like 3 to 5%.
Well, the B580 just suffers from the fact that it's not its MSRP. If it was its $250 MSRP, the $50 difference would make sense. But, you know.
Like technically, it's almost like a gen behind at this point.
It is a gen behind it. It was meant to compete with the 4060.
Which it did really well.
And it did, but now 5060 better, so.
I like 105. He said the stats are rigged.
The stats are rigged.
Wait, you're saying you think with the plane it's 50-50 if you die or not? I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, there'd be a lot more deaths reported if that was the case. You're flipping a coin every time you step on a plane if you'll die or not. That's crazy.
That's how I feel.
It's like, yeah, you know, every time I step on a plane, I might die.
Oh, you're saying it. Wait, I'm saying it's yes or no, not real 50-50.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I don't get it. Now you're on 160p. My goodness.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just based on like you know, where you're at. What if you're on like a mobile data or like a good Wi-Fi or not.
Just a beta. Have you seen this? The 5500 X3D. It's
They're
real. It's real.
And it's Gen 4.
It is Gen 4, yes. No, we were at first chat was saying it was Gen 3, and I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then they were like, no, it's Gen 4. AMD says it's Gen 4. And I was like, is it? And they're like, no, it's Gen 3. And we just kept going back and forth. And then eventually they said, oh, no, it's Gen 4. But it's only going to be available in Latin America, apparently.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that is true. I don't know if there's been more plane crashes or if they're just getting more publicly announced.
That's what some people are saying is like the numbers themselves actually aren't up. It's just become a topic that people are focused on because that specific plane has had so many issues.
Right.
It's really your eyes are on it much more.
There was that one that just happened. Was it India where there was only one survivor?
I think
which is like wild.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Use them.
Did you see some of the things I sent in Slack last night?
Yes.
I was finding some old gold.
I love the YouTube dashboard. I was like, I can't believe
Oh, dude, yeah.
like that.
I have a whole folder of where I was taking screenshots for like a few months of like Toasty Bros progress.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, the whole reason I went down that rabbit hole is for one really stupid reason. I genuinely was just trying to find like a receipt of Minecraft.
Oh.
Of like when I actually bought it. I'm wondering, do you have one anywhere?
No. Because I don't think I have my original account anymore. And I don't think I would have saved it anywhere because I remember I lost my original account at school when someone hacked it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, see, like, I was able to find, there's a way to see when your account was made, right? And it's in, like, the CS code or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what is it, F12?
Yeah.
And it basically shows when the last, it's on the name changer. And it'll show when the last time was changed. For some reason, mine, though, it says, like, 2018. I'm like, I definitely did not
That probably is when it was
then.
officially moved to a Microsoft
That's
account.
what I'm thinking. And I'm so upset about it because other people are like, oh, I see mine was 2011, mine's 2010. And I'm just like, why is mine 2018? And Tool says someone better find it so he stops harassing me. I was hitting up Tool like, can you check your email? Well, because back then, I remember how it looked. I remember I think it was 27 bucks. You went to their website, you just made a username and password. I don't even know if you had to have an email linked back then because I don't think you used an email to log in. I think it was just your username. So if I don't think I used my email for it, at least I couldn't find anything. So I think I used Tool's email or something. It was long ago enough to where I didn't have a freaking bank account either. So I probably used my parents'.
Oh God, here comes Harold. Wait, an 8 gig 9060? Did you grab the wrong one by mistake? Go watch some of our videos we made, Harold, on the main channel.
Oh, Harold.
We've made some interesting stances on it.
Now I will say at the price of $350 for like a 16 gig, obviously like no brainer go with that.
It's just harder to find.
I did buy these like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. You can find that Prime one.
Quick.
That Prime one stays in stock pretty decently at $350 in and out with 16 gigs of VRAM, which is a good card. So you can find that one. Yeah, get that one. But
this will still be a good system though for someone who's trying to play, 1080 or getting to 1440. This is one of those things where if they buy it for like AAA titles only, and they're like, oh, I want to play at higher settings, then yeah, they're gonna have a hard time. But if they're willing to tweak settings and stuff, then they'll be just fine.
Got a lot of content about that.
No, that's 100% true, Hunter. 90% of, I don't know what the true statistic is, but I'd say that there's a massive amount of people who are playing free-to-play esports titles over the people who buy like the Indiana Jones Great Circle and Black Myth Wukong and those games.
No, just look at player counts of games. I mean, most people just regularly launch the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah. And most people would be fine with the same PC for like 15 years.
Screws for the radiator.
Is this it? Only came with like 4. Oh,
there's more than 4. They're hiding
in there. Justin standing like a boss.
Like a boss.
Back to work. Harold says, I was joking. 8 gigs can do well in 1080p. Had a RTX 4060, it did fine, but you get the 9060 16 gig to have more
100%.
options and feature preview. Nice. How much, so you get the 9060 16 gig, how much improvement do you feel like you've had?
So I feel like that's not a huge upgrade. It would be an upgrade, but it wouldn't be a major upgrade.
I could see like, yeah, those certain games where it's like a really big jump, and I could see like esports where it's like, 10 FPS more or something.
Back to twerk.
Keep twerking, soldier. Now see, that's an upgrade. i7 6700K RX 480 4 gig. I forgot they had a 4 gig version of the 480. To the 7500F 7800 XT. Nice. I don't know, I feel like I don't see a lot of 4 gig 480s. Yeah, 580s, yeah. Oh yeah.
Kiak brought up IT apprenticeship yesterday, and the consensus is it's old-fashioned.
Oh, doing an apprenticeship?
I mean, I know in some, like, I guess where Uber Pigeon's located, I think you have to do an apprentice, like, you have to do one as part of your schooling, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of colleges here, it's the same way. Oh, look, we got a 9660. We got their ETA and everything. It's on its way, chat.
Let's go. So they say, yeah, it's college. Oh, so you do one or the other. Got it.
Oh, that's crazy. It's college or apprenticeship? How does that work? Is that like, does every kid in the UK have to do that? You got to let them know your future, basically?
Or just show you're making an effort.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
They said no.
Oh, okay.
Or is that just, oh, you could just do courses. Okay.
It's so different than here. Like, it's just weird to...
It's either you
it
just
sounds
go
cool.
and start working, and maybe an apprenticeship is like part of you started working, but like, it's either you go get a job or you continue your education after high school. And it's all up to you at that point.
They say you have no other choice. You must work for the queen.
So it's just like an entry-level position, because if you're getting paid for, I mean, there are internships here you do get paid for.
Yeah, it's the difference of an unpaid and paid intern.
But intern is just a way for them to not tie you to employment, and they can set a contract term to where they can just let you go at the end of a contract. Technically do the same thing for an employee, but I think
USB 3 there?
yeah, they're here. Yeah. But I know intern is just for like hierarchy. They normally just use that, especially in corporate jobs.
Yeah, it can also be good for like the corporation too to do internships, not only for their wallets, but
also some big corporations have deals with universities where they're like, hey, when you're done with your students in this field, send them here for an internship to get started. And it's kind of a good way to build a relationship and get like basically like a funnel of people coming out of college for this place.
find the qualified candidates you need today.
Indeed.
That's our next ad spot, chat.
Indeed. We should not tell like the entire Toasters team about it, and we're just going to do an ad in front of them in there being like, are you looking to replace your entire staff? Are things just slowing down and you don't know where to start?
Doing improv ads in front of them?
And just them turning like, what?
What's happening?
Indeed, is where we're going to find our entire staff.
We gotta walk out there, and we gotta do it like storyboard. We gotta present a problem and then come up with the solution.
And just
man, I've been really looking for a good meal replacement. I don't have time to keep going to Chick-fil-A every day. And Matt goes, oh, dude, today you could get some Huel. I actually have a discount code you could use, man.
And they're just like, are you tired of your employees downloading viruses on laptops?
NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Yeah, we could just use our security cameras and record an ad right now.
I gotta check on my phone. My phone is still tethered.
Oh my God, is it really?
Yes.
That's
it's like stuck at 100%. And I'm like, I email is like, what do I do?
So can I have it back? Oh no, I've heard many bad things about Spirit. I will do my best in life. I mean, I'm just doing my best not to fly in general, but if I ever do fly again, I'll definitely try to avoid Spirit. I can tell you that much.
Still at 100%. It was only at like 48 when I went to bed last night, so I was just like, thank you.
I feel like it's almost like worse though, having like the 100% stuck.
Yeah.
You're just like,
well, I'm gonna tell him. I'll be honest with him. I was like, this is like today's the only day you're gonna get this until like, unless you're gonna get on a call with me on Saturday when I get back, and I can leave it at home for you to do it because like I gotta take my phone.
yeah. What did they said? You can leave it.
Like, yeah. Well, the way they explained it, it sounds so like archaic. It's like, without giving specific context, what I'm talking about.
By the way.
You plug up your phone, it scans the entire phone identifying what is what. So basically when it's looking at the phone, it doesn't know what is what based on how Apple encrypts stuff. So it has to scan everything and be like, that's a photo, that's a video, that's an app. And that's what it's been doing the entire night.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, it goes to step 2, which is like, oh, I just need this information from this app. Let's pull that. Which all it is WhatsApp. That's all they need. And it's 600 megabytes is WhatsApp. And they're like, they have to scan like a 400 gigabyte phone just for WhatsApp.
Right.
And then after it approves it, I have to go in there and type in my code again, and then they'll take that data, and then I have to type in the code again to approve to send it to them.
Yeah, it's wild.
So I'm just like, oh my God. Like, there couldn't have been an easier way to do this. You probably could have screen recorded my entire WhatsApp collection because there's really not that much in there.
Yeah. And I was to say, definitely not anything involving what they even need or want. Not even close.
You could just see my arguments with brands.
Yeah, I was going to say. People just not understanding basically language barriers.
YouTube's always allowed up to 4K streaming. So
Yeah.
YouTube's always been ahead on that because, I mean, they're a video platform, so they're built to handle.
But then Twitch over here, streaming platform, they're like, 1080p, guys.
1080p still fine.
Still good enough.
Most secondary schools have sixth form, or you can go to college. And at college, you can sit down at a table and learn courses or apprentice. I'm struggling to say that word. Apprenticeships. And I want to get a apprenticeship in networking or IT or something, but they typically through the college or agency, and they are first come, first serve and go very quickly. And they are in high demand because many don't want to work in factories or retail or anything. Okay. So you basically have to fight and have good grades almost to get into these higher career paths that you want to be involved in. Just like, you know.
To be fair, that's like pretty
very
much
similar
anywhere.
here. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer.
Yeah,
You better be freaking smart.
I don't think there's any country where people are just like, go work in the factory. It sounds fun. Otherwise, you know, those really nice jobs wouldn't pay well if there wasn't big competition and demand.
How long can a power station hold if used as a UPS when the power's cut out? It depends on the power station and the PC.
Yeah, I've seen UPSs. I get to see some at like a was it like a data facility where they were like the size of like a small car and they weighed like a couple thousand pounds each. Those could probably power your PC for a few days.
Yeah. Biggest thing with the UPS and most of them that are software based, the idea is you would have it hooked up with the USB cable to your PC with a traditional UPS, and it's designed to safely shut down your computer when it detects that the UPS is on. It's kind of just a fail-safe from when the power turning off, your PC just doesn't shut off.
Yeah, it helps with like brown out some power spikes and stuff. Dude, I'm trying to freaking get this motherfucking blink, blink, blink.
The real question, Okinos or Montech? Okinos right now.
Okinos.
I say Okinos right now. Love Montech, and they still have really good cases. I will say Okinos is doing more creative stuff, I think. And kind of doing, like, they basically made a case company that is everything we love. Micro ATX, loaded up with RGB,
budget,
good airflow, budget. Like, that is, like, if we were to build a case company, it would be exactly what Okinos is doing.
The main advantage, I think, of Montech is they have a couple of like their higher end cases.
Yes, Okinos is more budget.
Yeah, they don't really have a high end case, honestly.
Most expensive thing is like $100.
Yeah.
Which, how many, the King 95 is like what, $200, something like that?
Yeah, they got the King 95, like with the Pro. They got the XR. They got some fairly fancy cases, but they also have really good budget ones.
Yeah, Montech again still has the high-end budget, but Okinos, who knows? Maybe they'll do high-end stuff, but
I can see it.
I hope they don't abandon the budget, because the budget's where they're at.
I know, I'm just the day I get the email that says, we're no longer making the Aqua 3, I'm just going to be like,
All right, bye.
yeah.
No, they stop making the Aqua 3. I mean, eventually there'll be something better than the Aqua 3, but like, until that day.
Once ARGB surpasses.
Yeah.
What's after ARGB, chat? One pin? Wireless? CPU?
I feel like the $20 you'll save on an Okinos case will cost you $20 more on a micro ATX board. Well, micro ATX boards are cheaper than ATX.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
they're cheaper.
They're cheaper. By average, they're normally at least like $20 to $30 cheaper. So you're not only saving $20 on your case, you're saving $20 to $30 on a motherboard.
And on a lot of micro ATX boards, like this one here, for example, they're just as nice as a lot of the full ATX boards.
It's mini ITX where you really gotta be careful, because that's where stuff gets really expensive.
Just found another fin header.
CDT has been saying about Okinos. I had to get a second opinion. Yep, we agree with it. Okinos is good. We agree.
Oh my.
To be fair, it's really hard to fully mess up a case, because as long as it houses your components and the RGB fans it comes with, or if it doesn't come with any, and the price is right, you'll be happy with it.
The AL700 begs to differ.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one.
Look at that. I prefer Apivia.
I would say that if they weren't, killing.
Apivia was pretty good, but
They haven't really done anything in a while.
Yeah, and most of their cases just aren't true ARGB.
Yep.
Which I think that's like one of their biggest downfalls now is they're about the same price as like these cases that are full ARGB with hubs. And then Apivia is still over here like, here's a Molex.
Because I know that's what you want.
You ever heard of this? Yeah, I know it's what you want, you dirty boy. You like the Molex, don't you?
You look at that damn Molex.
Bark for me.
Bark, Molex, bark.
Oh, did you see the sleeper build over there?
Oh yeah, looks good.
Looks aight. Looks aight.
Not bad, not bad.
I ended up just putting the 1080 back in there because I was like, well, you know what, we kind of already have it. I won't have to wait.
Might as well.
And I won't have to plan like a super freaky build with the 1080 because it would have been something like a freaking 9600X with it. And then chat would have been the usual, why a 1080? So I'm like, well, here you go.
Is that different motherboard and CPU or is it the same one?
It's the same. It's a 6th Gen i5, which definitely,
Yeah.
Not the most ideal candidate, but I put a big beefy cooler on it. It's got the upgrade option to go to like, I think that board can handle like a 7700K. That actually be all right.
i3-10100 action equivalent.
What'd you say?
The i3-10100 equivalent.
Exactly. Still crazy to think about. But hey, 10100 is goated.
So Jedi prepping the generic PC, trying to get games installed on it.
We only had 2 cases. One was Alienware and not great, and the other was the 110 McCube. I forgot about the McCube.
Oh yeah.
Who makes this? Is that a Deep
That
Cool?
was Deep Cool.
We don't talk about
really
them.
Cheap.
No, I'm just kidding.
Huh? Illegal. FBI open up.
No, I remember using that case a couple times. It was a good little cheap case. And I like the name too. That part's fun. The McCube. Where can I buy 1 stick of Team Grip RAM? You can try Amazon. If you can't find it though, it might just be hard. You might just have to go uneven and just get like 3, or if you only have 1 stick currently, you could honestly just reserve that for like a different system. Just buy a dual channel kit. You technically save money buying dual channel compared to like buying 1 stick at a time or something like that. Do you know what I mean? You want me. I want you, baby. Womp, womp, womp.
On Afterburner.
Wumpus. Wumpus. Micro Center has a new Threadripper combo for 1,000 off. How much was it originally? We'll see. You gotta watch those. Well, Micro Center I think is probably pretty good about that, but
Yeah.
you gotta watch those discount prices because a lot of times they basically take like their highest ever price in history.
I mean, some of those high-end Threadrippers, if it's new gen, were like $3,000-$4,000 CPUs. So
Yeah, so it definitely could be 1,000 off, I guess.
if you don't know you need that, you don't need it.
No, I mean I would think. Well, I know most. I think all the Threadrippers have worse gaming performance
100%.
than the X3Ds and stuff.
They are not gaming. They can game, but they're not designed for
You're halfway through buying parts, you get a 9600X paired with the 9070 XT for. Oh yeah, that's definitely good for 1440p.
it. Beautiful.
I mean, we tested it with like even like 4K. Like you can do some 4K with that card, but yeah, 1440p is perfect for it. That's AMD's like current pinnacle of 1440p, I'd say. These 9060 XTs are cool too, because especially if you get the 16 gig, they can also handle 1440p. I mean, honestly, when I got into 1440p, I think it's when I had my 2060. So, and I remember thinking it was great. Like I didn't have any problems running what I wanted to run. I got pretty respectable FPS at the time. Now, if I try to play like new titles, 1440p, it'd be a struggle. Did I throw away the Wi-Fi?
Uh-oh.
I did. Oh, it's one of these where you have to add the Wi-Fi yourself.
Oh shit, I didn't even notice that.
Oh. Oh.
The best.
Chat, help. How long before 4K gaming will be cheap enough to be worth the price? Well, for me, it's not exactly the price that's the issue. So like in my opinion with 4K, it's just we're not really quite there yet. It's kind of like trying to run Crysis at max settings back in the day where like, nothing was actually designed to do it. I know the 5090 and like the 7900 XTX exist. I get that they're like marketed as like 4K ready, which they are, they're 4K ready. But even like with our 5090 testing, I still just felt like if we're having to use like upscaling, frame gen, maybe even like lower, like medium settings to get like 75 plus FPS, I don't feel like it's 4K ready. So I still feel like it's gonna be another couple years until we start to see 4K be like the new 1440p, but I do think 1440p is becoming the new 1080.
Yep. Those monitors are getting so cheap too.
Or at least I want it to.
Yeah.
It sucks though because budget bros, I really do still like, I still want to be able to make and do a lot of 1080p content, but I just think 1440p, it's just crazy. It just looks so much better. So much better, chat. I'm talking creamy. This Wi-Fi like doesn't fit. Chat, why doesn't my Wi-Fi fit? There it goes.
Hello, Toasty Bros. I'm planning to upgrade my PC. I plan on going from a 3700X 2070 Super to a 5700X 7800 XT. I think it's a good upgrade. I would try to get into AM5. I'm assuming you're just plopping in a CPU, which that's fine. It'll run okay. But realistically, I would probably wait until you could do like a 9600X and go AM5.
Like the Red Ripper build.
Or if you just don't want to deal with all that, you don't want to upgrade a new platform and everything, that will work as a good combo.
I'd probably just wait till you can afford Epic.
Yeah.
Like a dual socket motherboard and everything.
Do you think VR games will ever not suck? I don't think they suck. It's just not, I don't know. I don't think VR kind of took off the way. I mean, VR is popular to a certain audience, but it's one of those things where it's just not like mainstream.
Ow.
I mean, people are trying to make it mainstream, but it just isn't.
Yeah, you got things like VR chat kind of doing it.
What is your opinion on pirating games? A POV from a developer who's already successful and someone who's a gamer who always buys their games. I mean, obviously you should support developers and everything. I think pirating isn't great, but some people do it.
I will be honest. I think I was a young kid once,
Oh, yeah.
but I do think that blatantly pirating is bad. Now, I think emulation, I don't think should be as frowned upon as it is.
Especially when companies
old.
specifically don't give you access to
Yes.
games anymore, and it's like the only way you can play them is to buy a collector's price of a game cartridge from years ago.
Yeah, and it's not going to run that great. It may die on you like the next day. No, I can give a lot of. I think the idea of like gatekeeping emulation's stupid. Like I don't get it. Which, to be fair, besides like FTC rules of posting stuff, I feel like most of these companies, I don't really feel like they crack down that hard. It's really it's the internet service providers that are kind of buttholes about it. I don't really think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think Nintendo comes to many people's doors.
They normally go to the ISP.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they're buttholes about it.
Probably.
They were like, oh God, they bug us.
Yeah, that's true. I guess otherwise the ISP probably didn't give a crap what kind of weird porn you're watching. Like, oh, there goes Frank again, looking at the
diaper porn.
Yep,
Here we
the
go.
diaper stuff again. There we go.
Damn it, Frank. I know there's a lot of Franks in our chat.
Uh-huh. And we know all you Franks are freaks. You guys got F in the name. Freaky Frank, Freaky Frank. Chad, I'm being a scientist, putting these little probes on. Chad, I got another concert on
Hello.
Thursday. I'm excited.
Thursday? Who are we going to see on Thursday?
I'm going to see Dexter and the Moon Rocks. It's like an alt rock band, yeah.
DD, get out of my lap. I would fucking love that, dude. They're all in
Dexter.
lab coats dressed like Dexter.
Dexter.
It's definitely like the kind of music I feel like nobody here would expect me to go see live, but I
What,
fucks
good
with
music?
it. Yeah. No, just something that's like not heavy, I guess, you know?
Nut. Been Benny through the
They
reset, by
sound
the way.
very jam bandy, almost like.
Yeah, they are.
maybe
Have you ever heard them before?
No, not enough.
Okay, this
Oh
man,
my God.
This man is.
Homie was actually,
Batteries
he
are
was doing
popping out because of it.
it. Holy shit.
I was gonna just try to really lean into it.
Why do we have so many knives?
What is butt rock? The way that someone described it to me, how do you describe butt rock?
I honestly don't know. I would think it's similar to Dad Rock.
Okay, the way that someone described it to me is you hear it on channels that go 107 Eagle, nothing but rock.
Oh, okay.
And so it's butt rock. It's
Butt
My
rock.
mind said B-U-T-T.
oh yeah, no, I've heard it that way, and that's the one that makes sense to me. It's like, oh, it's nothing but rock. So it's
You know
butt
another rock I've heard that I don't really fully understand is yacht rock. I don't know what the difference of yacht rock and normal rock
My
is.
brain says it's like yacht rock is literally
Daddy's
when you listen
money.
to it on a yacht, like,
Daddy's.
it's maybe Nepo baby rock bands, like
Yeah.
all the kids of all the butt rock members now playing rock, and it's like, yeah, I play rock because I want the yacht.
No, listen here.
What
AM4,
rock is food?
AM4 is not dead in tech. They have a new CPU coming
There's
out.
another one. There's more. It never ends.
There's more.
That honestly is such
Oh,
a
wait,
smart
there's
like
more.
business strategy, because I feel like when can you call it dead at this point?
Yeah, it's still here.
Like, you know, Matt and I would be like, oh, it's the end of its upgrade path, but next week they're gonna say 5950X3D, X3D,
Ow.
3DD.
Speaking of
Did it
skipping
just?
rocks,
Oh, you have no GPU in.
That too.
That's one thing.
speaking of skipping rocks, my friend sent a Snapchat out. I wasn't sure.
What is happening with all
He had
this?
to judge a rock skipping competition,
Really?
and I was like, that's kind of interesting to do. But then he showed the video of the guy skipping rocks. I'd watched a documentary about that guy. That guy is the world's like record holder for rock skipping.
Rock skip?
I
Okay.
made a documentary, but he was on a long form YouTube video talking about how he skips rocks like that.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that's what? Yacht rock.
Oh, you know
is
what? I don't think I
70s,
plugged
early
in.
80s, Steely Dan, Fleetwood Mac, Bob Saget. Okay, that makes more sense. Fleetwood Mac is Tell Me Lies, right? Tell me lies, tell me sweet lies. When's the next D&D stream? Whenever they ask me to run D&D again. But I don't think Matt's a big D&D guy.
No, not really my
Hasn't
thing.
been a little bit. It was the 48 hour was the last time. I'm sure if we do another one of those, that'd be nice. Or just anything, board game, I don't know. Something that's not playing in the PC for a little bit. Oh, Dark Lord said Doom path tracing updates tomorrow. Will that make it to where
It
you
wasn't makes
can,
it worse.
can you play without ray tracing? Because, you know, that would have been cool for that. We did a video yesterday where we couldn't even launch the game on a 5700 XT.
Really? You know what's been weird is Elden Ring wouldn't run until I downgraded my drivers.
Really?
Yeah, I had to go back to a certain update in order to get
Huh.
them to work.
I wonder if it's something that's just broken then.
But luckily they had some sort of mechanic built in where if one person's spine goes down, all the monsters.
Yeah, it's just
monsters
higher
freeze place.
settings.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
that was really, I don't know if that was intentional, but it was really nice.
Huh. With how long I've heard the runs can take, I'm
Can you
sure
log
that's
into
nice.
Toto? Oh, that makes sense. Toto.
Toto.
Yeah, he's describing people that are in the yacht rock scene. So it's more like,
Ah.
would you consider Styx like, no, Sail? I'm trying to think of the one. Come sail away. Come sail away.
Oh,
Who's that? Is that Six?
no, I thought that was like,
So like,
come sail
that-
away with me.
that cusp of being like
Who is that?
all denim, like Bon Jovi.
Mhm.
It's people right before them. Fleetwood Mac, yeah, he's got like.
How about the Green Day Dookie album? I don't think that's Yacht Rock. Oh, is that
Sticks. It's Sticks.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh. What am I thinking of, dude?
Sail.
Yeah, AWOL Nation.
Sir. Sir.
This is.
I really did love those old memes where people like just hit their head really hard, or like maybe like a fail video and they like.
Oh, and it
slam
would
their nuts
start
and
with
just
that.
go, Green Day Dookie. You know, there was an old philosopher, and I got to look this up to remember it, because I think about it quite often. There was an old philosopher who said that music was like alcohol. like it just changes your mood to a level that's so not natural that should be illegal. Like he was like, you go outside and you hear a bard playing and now you're sad. That shouldn't be illegal to do that to somebody. Like he goes, do you know how sad you can be if you just hear the right song?
Yeah.
It's like that's way worse than drinking. He goes, you drink, whatever, you'll feel whatever you're feeling times something. But if you go outside and hear a song that you heard at the funeral, you'll start crying. And that's not fair.
Yeah.
And I think that philosopher's onto something. He had a point.
Oh, Breaking. Yeah, I saw them last year at Louder Than Life. They're good. Oh, look, we got a Wikipedia of yacht rock artist. Thanks for that.
Matt, if you had to make a caveman like dance, like you had to think like, what would make a caveman dance? You have to pick a modern song from this day and age. What like he's just gonna be like teleported into a room with good speakers and some like a disco ball. And
Darude Sandstorm.
And let's just
Yes,
say
it needs to be something with like a beat like Sandstorm or something.
No, honestly, I know what mine would be. Mine would be like the early dubstep, like
I just
Scary
think
Monster.
Scary,
Can you
yeah.
imagine,
I
dude?
do think-
They'd hear it and be like, "Oh, what is this?" And then all of a sudden they'd be like, "Oh my god!"
I do think something with drums would really do it. Part of me thinks Baba Yetu, the song that launched Civ. Baba Yetu.
No, honestly, I would only do dubstep if I was trying to like actually make them have like a heart attack or something.
Yeah,
I was trying to kill them.
Procedure almost instant. Actually,
Yeah.
maybe not. Like the flickering of a fire and the shining of the lights. Maybe it's
Oh, like home.
Weird Al for a cave. Weird Al for a cave.
Word Al. They would think it's the original.
Dude, actually playing a white and nerdy.
Just eat it.
Can you imagine what the dance would look like for white and nerdy?
All right, should be ready now.
Real question is, yeah, with it being all weird when it turns on, I don't think I should do that without a graphics card, but like, why do the fans not spin?
Uh-oh. Or the two red LEDs.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the mind that they would calm down.
Boot?
Or be calm for the sake
And-
of the experiment.
Oh my god, did I like not read that? Am I like? Hold on. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. Oh, they're on the side. CPU and DRAM.
Could that be BIOS? It's a 9600X and a V650.
Maybe. Chad, I wasn't here to install it.
Yeah.
I blame that. I'm just kidding.
Reseat the RAM real quick. See that is Gentlemen.
Something up for auction today. Starting price $0. It is free. Does anybody want to give this to their significant other or themselves?
What is it?
Cool bracelet. It was too big.
Was that like to match your?
No, I got it when I got my chain for Kenna because she wanted one.
Oh.
But it was too big for her. So I just wanted to see if anyone here wanted it. If not, I was gonna offer it to Ben.
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm okay.
Gold. I think she's a silver girlie.
Yeah.
Figure that out. I genuinely can't remember.
All right, how many pins did you bend?
All of them. They're all been.
Shit. Huh. Yeah, it's weird. The fans aren't even spinning and they're plugged into the board.
Check the CPU, make sure it's seated.
There's a good option.
But yeah,
Just
didn't bend
make
the
sure it's
pins.
in there.
I swear there's a CPU in there, chat.
like deals and stuff that like they're stocking fees and shipping to like return it. It's just not even worth it. So it's like
Giving me BIOS flash vibes,
Yeah, maybe.
which is weird because we haven't had that issue with a B650 and a 9600, but maybe.
It does happen though. It is weird. Yeah, I wonder if it needed BIOS flash. You think the fans like wouldn't spin?
Maybe. The board just can't do
Can't do anything.
I
Oh.
think it'd have the ability to do a little bit. Jonah.
Hiya.
Hiya, hiya, hiya.
Hey, hey,
Oh, yeah.
hey.
We should leave this bill for you for your Mirage ad spot you gotta do today.
Great.
Yeah, not working.
Not working.
Fans not spinning.
It's not like we don't have plenty to choose from.
Yeah.
I don't see any bent pins. Okay, we'll try the reseat, and if that doesn't work, we'll assume BIOS flash. Is this one of the newer boards, I wonder, where we can...
Does it have...
It does have a button.
Innovation, progress.
And-
Maybe a loose 3-pin for the case.
What'd they say?
A loose 3-pin for the case. So like, is it air to be related?
Well, right now, it's CPU and DRAM light. The fans don't even spin up, and the fans are plugged straight into the board.
It's like stuck on solid red.
I mean, I'm talking dead, Jim. Is that a mocha cookie crumble? You were feeling yourself today, huh? like a good little boy.
I woke up slightly hungover and I was like, yeah.
Slightly
On
hungover.
Tuesday, isn't that crazy?
You hear this guy?
I only had two drinks last night, but they were like cocktails.
So they messed you
I made
up.
homemade cocktails at home last night.
Just for fun. Ready?
I'm gonna say BIOS update. Or something's really bad with the board.
Well, it's CPU and DRAM are
Yeah.
red.
Yeah.
I feel like I usually DRAM is red and then CPU, or DRAM is yellow, CPU red.
What does double red mean?
It's about to blow up.
These are chopped, bro.
Everybody get down.
Well, maybe you can't use this one for the ad spot today.
Well, we'll see if it just needs a BIOS update. Simple.
Well, chat, it's gonna need some love, some additional love off stream.
This
Just
is
like
what
you
happens
guys.
with PC building, chat.
We'll give you some additional love off stream over on the YouTube channel. All right, guys, with this Guide the Raid, give me a Guide the Raid. If not, we'll see y'all later, and have a great day.
See you guys.
Yay.
I think the new 5060 is usually like you can get it for around 300.
If you're paying $400 for the 5060,
Don't do that.
we got a problem.
Yeah, they go to the 9060 XT16
Yeah.
at that point.
If you have a $400 GPU budget,
John, look.
9060 XT16.
The fans are spinning.
What? Oh wait,
Do we just have to wait?
Matt.
It works. We just had to wait.
Well, every light's on right now,
Are
though.
you serious?
Okay, wait. Okay, Okay, we're on VGA and boot right now.
We're on VGA and boot now, so I think it just needed a minute.
Wow.
See this? I'm telling you guys, this is it.
Okay, yeah. There's no.
Yeah, longest RAM. I guess that's what it was, RAM mapping, I guess.
PC?
World's longest PC. Dude, I want this stupid goal thing to go away. I can't never see like what's being graded. I don't know why it's still here. No, I'll refresh after the stream chat. This PC is a 9600X and a 9060 XT. It's kind of like our beloved combo back in the day, the 7600 combo. Plum Crazy said, "Hey, Joner."
I think Joner wants to plan a 9060 XT 16 gig
Go for it.
build.
All right, guys, we're rating Slack Jeff. We hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See y'all
Peace
tomorrow.
out. I guess you guys won't see him tomorrow.
All right, see y'all.
They're